All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome to today's trade recap. Today is September 3rd. First recap of September, and I took an L. The market has been a little rough on me lately. I haven't been taking too many wins, mostly break evens. But yeah, I got edged today. Price ran to take profit. I then entered off of another trade, and I got stopped out immediately. So it hasn't been the nicest September for me so far, but hey, it is what it is. We'll get over it. So coming into this morning, I was leaning extremely bullish due to the fact that we just kept respecting bullish PD rates, disrespecting bearish. So with that being said, what I was looking for, not really nothing until 10 o'clock. So what do we have? We have these fair value gaps right here. We have one and we have two, right? And then what do we also have? Well, we have low resistance liquidity to the left of us. We have, give me 1 second. We have this unfilled fair value gap right here as well on the hourly, right? We have previous day highs right here. And below us, we have London and Asian lows as targets just in case we wanted to flip our buys, right? But overall, I was pretty bullish on the day. So what I wanted to see a market open, I wanted to see a tap into these fair value gaps, and then we can continue higher. Give me 1 second. Let me get my base out the way. All right. So what do we do at market open? Well, market opens and we shit the bed. Okay. What do we shit the bed into? This first hourly fair value gap. And then we actually come and barely tap this other hourly. Okay, so after we get a rejection from that hourly fair value gap, we get a absolute bull run to the fucking upside. And what were our confluences on this trade? So this was the trade I actually got edged on, right? So we had a nice accumulation zone right here. What do? We manipulated lower, just tapping this hourly fair value gap. Fuck, I want you guys to see this because we did hit it. See this little wick right here? So we actually did come and tap this fair value gap and rejected it. We had a nice accumulation zone. And then ES at this particular point in time. Give me 1 second. These 948 lows. ES had made an internal SMT. So I really like this fucking trade. I was going to take it. I liked our target as well, right? We had all this low resistance liquidity. We're rejecting hourly fair value gaps. So that's our high time frame narrative. What do we get? Well, we get a 1 minute inversion right here. Okay, so what do I go ahead and do? Well, I went ahead and sat my limit order at the 1 minute inversion because price was pretty freaking premium, right? What do we end up getting? Well, here, let me mark this out for you, right? So we had an AMD model. We had a 1 hour for value gap. We had an internal SMT 1 minute inversion for value gap, A++ setup. Well, and then what comes up, wow, I just started like a biatch. What ended up happening? Well, I set my limit order at the inversion right here. I get missed by 2 ticks. Stops would have been at the SMT lows. And my take profit was to these relatively equal highs right here. So this high and this high. So this is what the trade idea would have looked like. Okay, I get missed by, how much even is this, dude? This is disgusting work. By 1.75 points. So for the past week and a half, I've been getting edged a lot. And honestly, it's been, I'm not going to lie, it's been pretty fucking hard on my psychology. It seems weird, but I'd rather like lose a trade than just keep getting stopped out at break even over and over and over again. It's one of the most frustrating things in trading, but I mean, what can you do about it at the end of the day, right? So I got edged again. I got edged like 4 times last week of a take profit and then ended up getting stopped out at break even. And then I'm watching this trade run to my take profit without me. So that was kind of irritating. This would have been my break even point. So stops would have been at break even right here. And then as you guys can see, boom, take profit got hit. So that was a trade I wanted to take, didn't get filled on the order. It is what it is. That's an A+ setup. And then coming back on the way down, well, what do we have? This was a trade I took and I got stopped out. So we opened up a condition right here. So I was like, okay, if we come down and invert this, I can expect us to actually come and fill this hourly fair value gap because yeah, we came and tapped it with this tick, but that's not really filling it, right? So I wanted to see, okay, maybe we come down and tap it one more time and then we can reverse up. So what was my confluences for this trade? Well, we had a 4 hour high that got swept out. So this 4-hour high right here at from 6 in the morning ended up getting swept out. And on ES, it was nowhere near it. So here, let me mark out this high, and then we'll drop down to the lower time frames. So I can show you guys at this exact point in time. When was this trade taken at? So as you guys can see, ES is nowhere near this fucking high up here, right? So we had a giant SMT, okay? We are also rejecting a 4-hour fair value gap. So we have a 4-hour SMT, we have a 4-hour fair value gap, right? Here is our 4-hour fair value gap right here. And then what do we end up getting? We got a 5-minute inversion, which was like, cool. 5-minute inversion, higher time frame, holds higher power. Highest inversion in a leg. Awesome. At least we are going to go to these lows down here, and then we can do whatever the fuck we want after. I really don't care, right? So here's our inversion. I set a limit order at the inversion. I get tapped in with this candle right here. My stops are at the 1-minute order block just because the fucking this was just way too premium for me. This would have been a 48-point stop loss, and that's just way too much money. So I set it at the 1-minute order block. If we truly were going to go down to these lows down here, that 1-minute order block, if we even do go up that high, should hold, right? So I entered, I guess, top ticked the fucking tap on the order block, and then, or on the inversion, and then I ended up going in take profit just a little bit, and price ended up reversing. So kind of unfortunate PA. However, the reason why we did end up reversing like that is because if we come down and look at ES actually came into this 4-hour fair value. So this is a 4-hour fair value gap. This is where my trade entry was, and ES actually came into it, creating another SMT with these lows right here. So that is the reason I got stopped out of the trade. However, I was pretty convicted that we are at least going to go to the hourly and then maybe reverse up. It is what it is. I wasn't mad about this trade. If anything, I was more mad about not getting fucking thrown in the trade when I watched it run without me. But I wasn't mad about this trade. This is a trade I look for every single day. A++ setup. Just didn't work out in my favor. I have been struggling, I guess, this past like week and a half. Last week I was still green on the week. I made about like $550 across like my 13 accounts. Didn't trade that Friday, didn't trade this Monday, and then just a whole bunch of break evens, right? Not many losses, but not many wins. It's just been a whole bunch of fucking break evens. It hasn't been the easiest on my psychology, but you know, work at it every single day. Over trading is going to get you absolutely fucking nowhere. So if you are in the same position I am, just remember you're not alone. Just don't do any dumb shit, because it's super tempting to do dumb shit. I still want to do dumb shit sometimes, but you know, you got to hold yourself accountable and do what you have to do to become profitable. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, that is a trade recap for today. I didn't really look for anything else after. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Don't worry about the chart. If you guys took an L, it'll always be here. It'll be back tomorrow. So remember that. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all boys tomorrow.